So big problems for 𝐸𝐵 the Legend right here down inside of the shutdown area. Sent that truck for all it was worth here tonight. Bad crash here for 𝐸𝐵 the Legend. And right now, we're getting ready to jump over to check out how round one action is going to be breaking down here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to week 3 here on Thunder. High Roller going to go one-on-one with Monster Patrol, and then the 𝐸𝐵 taking on Vendetta to get us started here in round 1 competition. Now up first at the line, Kayla Parks in Monster Patrol. The Chevrolet camp made it all the way to the finals last week, looking to do it again here tonight. She's got to go up against new kid on the block, Hayden Cinnaberry, in the High Roller Ford over here on the inside lane. So a great matchup between Ford and Chevrolet here to get us started in week 3 of the August season. 2 new kids on the block debuted just earlier this month. Who's it going to be going to the finals? The green light goes down and Monster Patrol with the lead. The High Roller now coming back. And what a matchup it is as he gets into the wall down inside of the shutdown area. And High Roller will take the win here tonight over Kayla Parks in Monster Patrol. Again, she had a great outing last week. This time the High Roller puts her on the trailer early. Next up in round 1, Jack Trimboli, the new kid on the block in the Vendetta machine. He's going to go one-on-one with the veteran Rich Wagner, the Phenom, inside of the 𝐸𝐵, the former 16-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, one of the most decorated drivers, MTA Hall of Famer over there on the outside lane, going to try his luck against the new kid on the block in Vendetta on the inside lane. Here's the green light now, 𝐸𝐵 and Vendetta are side by side through the first jump in no man's land. What a great matchup as Jack Trimboli was right there with the veteran Rich Wagner and the 𝐸𝐵. A good matchup here in round 1 competition. But right now we're going to find out who meets up with the all-new High Roller in round 2. Your winner is going to be Rich Wagner and the 𝐸𝐵 by a nose. He's going to put Vendetta on the trailer. And right now, as we move along with round 1 action, we're taking a look at the lower left-hand side of your screen. It's going to be the return of new kid on the block, Jim Cartwright in Saigon Shaker. He's going to go one-on-one with Colton Hodges in Spider-Man. Then Ethan Wagner's back in Son of a Digger, taking on Josh Rhodes in 𝐶𝐶alibur. That's our second matchups here tonight in round 1. There you see old Jim Cartwright. Made his debut just a couple of months ago. Got a Revolution win just a few weeks ago. He's back now in the Saigon Shaker at a Del Mar, Maryland over here on the inside lane. He's going to take on a veteran in Colton Hodges, who's out here looking for his very first Thursday Night Thunder Championship win in this brand new Spider-Man. Both trucks stage, the green light goes down. Spider-Man with a lead on him. Here comes the Saigon Shaker. It's Spider-Man. Over goes Jimmy Cartwright right there in the shutdown area, trying to gather it up. He dumps it on its lid, trying to get the truck shut down. But Colton Hodges and Spider-Man is your round 1 winner as we look at the photo finish by about half a truck. He puts the shaker machine on the trailer early here tonight. And next up in round 1, it's the return of Ethan Wagner all the way out of Poplar Branch, North Carolina. Son of a Digger coming to the line. He's ready now to take on Josh Rhodes in the 𝐶𝐶alibur Chevrolet. The man's out here driving for the Crush This race team, that brand new truck over there. Just debuted a few weeks ago. He's already got 2 wins in it. Let's see if he can get another one here tonight. But right now, Ethan Wagner, you see the damage that's done on Son of a Digger after last week's rollover. We'll see what he's got. Green light drops down and off the line, side by side. A good race, and Son of a Digger taking no prisoners here tonight. He makes easy work of the 𝐶𝐶alibur Chevrolet. Not sure if they had some problems with 𝐶𝐶alibur over there on the outside lane, but Son of a Digger getting the job done. Now as we move to the top right-hand corner of your screen inside of round 1, the Boss Gator returns to take on Wreckreation, and then 𝐸𝐵 the Legend. He's about to go one-on-one with Dale Durham in the NWO machine. The Wolfpack is in the house here tonight. We'll see what he's got, but right now Austin Spence inside of the Boss Gator out here for the Crush This race team. He's about to go one-on-one with new kid on the block, 𝐶𝐿 in Wreckreation, who is now staged over here on the inside lane. Austin Spence, again, another driver for the Crush This race team. Them guys have been bantering back and forth over on the Facebook page. Who's going to be the top dog here tonight between Renegades and Crush This? Here's the green light now. Wreckreation and Boss Gator are down the straightaway. A great matchup here. 𝐶𝐿 hanging right there with the Boss Gator all the way down inside of the shutdown area. And Boss Gator will tag the wall down there. And 𝐶𝐿 hits the inside wall. Both trucks giving it all they got here tonight in round 1. It's going to be close. We look at the photo finish. Look how close it is. But Austin Spence and Boss Gator will pull out a win over Wreckreation here in round 1. And next up to the line, Dale Durham returns in the Wolfpack NWO machine, getting ready to go one-on-one with your boy Shaggy, Matt Cheever, Gravedigger the Legend. He just had a brand new t-shirt drop over on the MTA Spread Shop. The link is in the description. Be sure to go over there and grab yourself some nice Shaggy the Legend merchandise as he's ready to rock and roll over here on the inside lane against the NWO. Stage at the line. Here's the green light down the straightaway. They go. NWO got him on the line, but the Legend's coming back. Over he goes. Shaggy in trouble. What a ride. He's upside down yet again here on Thunder. But something happened as he came out of no man's land. He really put the horsepower down. We go back and check out the MTA replay down the straightaway as he sees the NWO's hanging right there with him. Right here comes the horsepower out of Gravedigger the Legend, settles it down and pulls the trigger all the way across the finish line. Up on two wheels, he tried to drive out of it, and there you see at the top left-hand corner of your screen, they've got him rolled back over, and there's the remnants of Gravedigger the Legend here tonight. Another body for Shaggy as he's torn it up out here on Thursday Night Thunder. Nonetheless, he will be back inside of round 2 with Gravedigger the Legend. But now we get set and ready to close out round 1 action. We're going to see the return of Gene Patterson and Snakebite going to go one-on-one with Monster Energy. And then it's the Idaho Wild Man, Chris Walker's and Obsessed, going to take on the champion, Mitch Brown and Bigfoot. And up to the line right now, the Iceman, Jeffrey Skipper, Monster Energy. He got into Thursday Night Thunder by winning the last episode of Revolution. He is now back to take on Colt Cobra, all the way out of Cobra Creek, Colorado. Me and Gene Patterson representing the Crush This race team on the inside lane. So a matchup between Crush This and the Renegades. This one's worth the price of admission. Who's going on in round 2? Green light drops down off the line. They go. Looks like Monster's got to lead, but here comes Snakebite on the inside. And they tag the wall down there inside of the shutdown area, trying to get the trucks woed. An incredible matchup between Crush This and the Renegades. And right now, we got to go back and check out the photo finish. Your winner in round 1 is going to be Jeffrey Skipper, Monster Energy for Team Renegades. He'll put one of the Crush This boys on the trailer. And next up to close out round 1, the Idaho Wild Man, Chris Walker's returns in Obsessed. He's about to go one-on-one with the reigning and defending Thursday Night Thunder champion, Downtown Mitch Brown and Bigfoot. He's over here on the inside lane out of Pacific, Missouri. He's trying to put the Blue Ford Oval Brigade in the finish line once again for Team Renegades. Is he going to be able to do so, or is Obsessed going to come back and take it away in round 1? Here's the green light. Down the straightaway they go. A great race so far. Through no man's land now, and what a matchup. And Bigfoot pulls it out. Bigfoot pulled it out in the end. He gets the win here tonight over Obsessed in round 1. And ladies and gentlemen, we're getting a word from one of the Team Renegades drivers.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Renegades Motorsports race team.
Crush who? Crush what? Crush this? Y'all ain't crushing nothing. Let me explain something to you. You're talking all this trash to Renegades Motorsports. Talking like you're the best team out there. Let me explain something to you. Last week we done showed you. You ain't nothing. We are on top. We always have been. We always will be. At the end of the day, you needed to do all this trash talking. You said we're being quiet. Now we're being humble. Because we don't need all that attention to do what we need to do. Cheech.
Emotional, damn it!
Well, as you can tell, a lot of animosity heating up here between these two teams. What a rivalry we have between Crush This and the Renegades. We're back here now with the racing action. Round 2 getting ready to come your way. High Roller going to go one-on-one with the Gravedigger. Then we're taking a look at Spider-Man, who's going to go one-on-one with Son of a Digger in our first matchups of round 2. Now coming up to the line is the new kid on the block, Hayden Cinnaberry, in the all-new High Roller. He had a good outing his first time out on the MTA circuit just a couple of weeks ago at the top of the August season. However, he draws up against the Phenom, Rich Wagner, inside of the Gravedigger, all the way out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, over here on the inside lane. He's ready to go, the former 16-time Thunder champion. Can he make it 17 here tonight? He's got to go through High Roller, Ford and Chevrolet. The green light drops down on the line. A good race so far. High Roller's up and over, but here comes the Gravedigger, and they almost make a little bit of contact down inside of the shutdown area. It does look like from up here in the booth, the High Roller did get the win over the Gravedigger. We're going to go back and look at the MTA photo finish right here at the line. It wasn't by much, maybe a nose. High Roller does indeed pull the win over the Gravedigger here in round 2. Next up in round 2 competition, it's going to be the return of 𝐿𝐻𝐿 in the Spider-Man machine, the 1953 cheetah ready to go to take on Ethan Wagner and Son of a Digger. He's got a lot of credentials right there on his card. He knows how to get the job done on the MTA circuit. The former wild hair driver ready to go on the inside lane. There again, you see the body damage done in that truck just last week. He's got it back to 100%. The crew worked on it hard. Here's the green light now with Spider-Man and Son of a Digger down the straightaway, side by side through the first jump in no man's land. Over goes Son of a Digger here in the shutdown area. Ethan Wagner tried to pull it out as he got crossed up down there and trying to get the truck shut down, and Spider-Man was right there on his heels. We're going to go back and take out the MTA replay here. Watch as they come off the line. Spider-Man and Son of a Digger, door handle to door handle, all the way down the straightaway. They go up and over the first jump, right here through no man's land. That's where Son of a Digger starts to get out of shape. He tries to counter steer it, up and over he goes. And a wild ride for Ethan Wagner here tonight. Nonetheless, he does advance into our semifinal competition. And now we look at the other side of the bracket for round 2 here tonight. Austin Spence is back at Boss Gator, getting ready to take on Gravedigger the Legend. And then we're taking a look at Jeffrey Skipper, going to go one-on-one with his teammate, Mitch Brown and Bigfoot, where the championship flag will be on the line. So a battle of teammates here in round 2. But right now, this is kind of a rivalry heating up between Shaggy and the boys and the Crush This guys. But Shaggy's had a lot of improvement on the MTA circuit with a couple of wins just in the last few weeks. But right now, he draws up against Austin Spence in the Boss Gator. He's over here driving for the Crush This race team, and it's a no-nonsense team. They don't cut no slack for anybody. He's ready to go on the inside lane. Shaggy and the boys taking on Crush This. Green light goes down on the line. Shaggy with a hole shot. Here comes Boss Gator on the inside. Let's shoot out to the finish line. What a matchup here tonight in round 2 between Gravedigger the Legend and the Boss Gator. What a matchup. And we got to go back and check out the MTA replay, because coming down the straightaway, Shaggy did pull the hole shot, but it wasn't by much, as Boss Gator made up the ground real quick, real fast, settles it down in no man's land right here at the line. Your winner, Austin Spence and the Boss Gator, pulling out over Gravedigger the Legend by maybe a tooth or two right there as they got across the finish line. But Shaggy, give him all the credit in the world, man. He was hanging right there with him all the way down to the finish line. And what a great matchup it was. But now it's time to determine who's going to take that flag into our semifinal competition, as two teammates are about to go one-on-one, and they're ready now at the starting line. Renegades Motorsports, your reigning champion, Mitch Brown and Bigfoot over there on the outside lane, about to go one-on-one with the Iceman, Jeffrey Skipper, Monster Energy. Two bad, fast trucks out here on the MTA circuit, teammates behind the scene, but right now, it's showtime. Down the straightaway they go. Monster with a straight lead on Bigfoot right there. Oh my word, what a matchup. And Skipper puts it on two wheels and shoves it down into the wall protection down there. What a great race it was. We thought the Legend and Boss Gator put on a show, but how about that one? As we go back and check out another MTA replay, they were pretty much side by side coming down that straightaway. Slight lead on the inside to Monster, but here comes Bigfoot now on the outside. He settles it down in no man's land first. Shoot out to the finish line. We freeze frame it right there, and it looks like Monster Energy will pull out the win over Bigfoot by literally inches, ladies and gentlemen. And what a save by the Iceman down there inside of the shutdown area. So Mitch Brown putting on a clinic here tonight. He didn't lose that race by much more than a penny. What a matchup. But now it's time for semifinal action, and here's how it's shaken down. We're going to see High Roller go one-on-one with Son of a Digger. Then the other side of the bracket, another great rivalry. Crush This taking on Renegades as Boss Gator will take on...
Hey guys, I'm real sorry about last week. Things got real weird out there in the cemetery. Things have been a little weird around here too, but I'm okay, I'm fine. If I knew a childish phrase like that would work...
Yours?
Where'd you find that? Are you serious? Look what I just got handed. Of course, this would happen while I'm filming. Let's see what's in it. Go watch MTA. What'd I say about things getting weird around the house this week? Man, oh, look at this. What are those? Man, you see that? Do those look like bones to you? Oh, wait, no way, man. No, I'm out of here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am not sure what is going on with this show right now, but nonetheless, we're back with semifinal action. Ethan Wagner, Son of a Digger, is ready now to take on new kid on the block, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐫 and High Roller. And sorry, I'm still shaking off what we just all witnessed right there. Not sure again what's going on, but right now we're back. Semifinals, rookie taking on a veteran. Ethan Wagner, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐫, High Roller, and Son of a Digger. Both trucks are staged. The green light drops down. Who's going to the final? Son of a Digger with the lead. Here comes the High Roller on the inside lane. And Ethan Wagner will pull out the win as 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐫 and High Roller turn it upside down here in the shutdown area. Son of a Digger is your winner here in semifinals as we go back and check out the MTA photo finish. It was a close matchup, but right here you see it. Son of a Digger pulls it out by about half a truck. High Roller will go on the trailer. He's had a great outing here this August season for being a new kid on the block. And right now, our last matchup in semifinal competition is going to be another battle between Renegades and Crush This. The Iceman, Jeffrey Skipper, Monster Energy, going to go one-on-one with Austin Spence and the Boss Gator. These guys have been heating up over on the message boards on Facebook, the Monster Truck Attitude group. These guys do not like each other. Renegades will be taking on Crush This. One of them's moving on into the final round showdown. Who's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? Monster Energy, Boss Gator. Here's the green light. Down the straightaway they go, side by side, up and over the first jump. Now what a matchup it is, and a shootout to the finish line. An incredible race here to close out semifinal action. I am not sure who got the win from up here inside the booth. It was way too close to call. Boss Gator led a little bit, so did Monster Energy. And right now we're going back down and checking out the MTA replay. Off the line you see again, Boss Gator had the whole shot coming down that straightaway. Here comes the Iceman on the outside lane. He settles it down right here over the last sets of cars, and Monster Energy is going to pull it out. We go to the next frame and see how close it was. Boss Gator was coming back on him, but Monster Energy right there is still ahead by just a little bit over the Boss Gators. So the Renegades are on fire, and they are in the finals here tonight. They have eliminated Crush This from this competition here in week 3 of the August season. And now we're going to see if the flag will stay with the Crush This camp as Monster Energy represents. He goes one-on-one with Son of a Digger with the finals. And right now, coming to the line is the Iceman, Jeffrey Skipper, the former 7-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, trying to make it 8 out here tonight. He's going to go one-on-one with Ethan Wagner, who's got multiple wins to his own credit. He wants a second Thunder championship to put underneath the belt of Son of a Digger over here on the inside. So right now, Jeffrey Skipper has the opportunity to keep the championship flag with Team Renegades. Will he do so? Or will Ethan Wagner and Son of a Digger pull out the upset and take the flag home with him? Monster Energy, Son of a Digger, it's showtime. Down the straightaway they go, side by side. A good shootout to the finish line. Here comes, what a matchup. And Jeffrey Skipper looks like he got it over Son of a Digger here in the final round showdown. Ethan Wagner was hanging right there with him. It was still a close finish nonetheless. We're going to go back up and take another look at our replay of the final round showdown. After right here they come down the straightaway. Son of a Digger got the whole shot. Has a slight lead on Monster Energy. Up and over the first jump. Here comes, they settle it down in no man's land. Right here, Jeffrey Skipper, Monster Energy finds it from within and pulls out the horsepower. He will get the win, and the flag will stay with Team Renegades here tonight. So give it up for your now 8-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, the Iceman, Jeffrey Skipper, Monster Energy. Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible night of racing here in week 3 of the August season on Thunder. The races could not have gotten any closer, and the battle still rages on between Crush This and the Renegades. Thank you guys so much for coming out and watching and always supporting the MTA YouTube channel. If you have not already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll get you down the road. See you next time.